I've done a sketch very lightly with my liner brush and yellow ochre. I'm going to try to leave quite a lot of white paper. Each layer has to dry, so it's going to be paint a little bit and then let it dry. Now I'm going to pick up the yellow ochre and I'll be laying in the color next to, and in some cases overlapping, the cadmium yellow. Just trying to put in color and in the process create the shape of the petals. This is kind of a guessing game, just putting in color wherever you think it needs to be. Now I'm going to go into the cadmium red light, and the process is pretty much the same, just picking out areas to help develop the shape of the petals and create some interesting color changes. In some of these areas I'm going over the yellow a little bit as well as the yellow ochre. You can overlap wherever you choose to do so. Each color you use will change the previous color a little bit if you overlap it. Next I'm going to pick up the purple lake I'm going to be putting it lightly in the areas that are going to be in shadow. This will help to kind of establish more of a shape of the iris here, give you an idea of what it is I'm doing. How you overlap the colors is really up to you. You're only limited by your bravery. You're probably cringing that I'm putting a purple color over yellow, but I kind of like the way that the end results happen here. Now I'm going to be working with the cerulean blue in the shadow areas. At this stage it looks a little bit confusing. We will be putting in some details pretty soon. But of course the details have to be last. You can't paint your house until it's built, so same principle with a painting. One step at a time. This next step is a bit tricky. What I'm going to do is just gently wet everything and let the colors kind of blend a little bit. I'm not going to pick up anything, and I'm not rubbing. I'm just wetting. I don't know that this is the normal, typical way of doing it, or the right way of doing it. It's just my way of doing it. And this will take quite a little while to dry. But then I can come in and do the detail work and try to pull it all together. I'm switching to a smaller brush now. I'm going to start inside this curve, and I'm going to mix the cerulean blue and the purple lake. Trying to pick out a little bit of the detail here. And inside here I am going to soften the edge. What I'm doing here is picking out these white petals to enhance them a little bit. I'm going to do the same here. Another area is the separation between the top and this bottom petal. Anywhere you want to bring out a little ruffly area, just work around it and soften one edge. You can see how this starts to pull everything together. And this gives you yet even more different colors. Now I'm going to mix the cadmium red with the purple lake. Just for a little extra pop. It's always more difficult to do a demonstration because things never turn out just the way you think they might. So bear that in mind. I've allowed this to dry overnight, and then I re-wet this lower petal and manipulated the paint just a little bit so that I could interrupt all of those solid stripe lines that I had left. Thanks for watching.